For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and Inrede partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, Kiss 104 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopad Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and Inrede partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, Kiss 104 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopad Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and Inrede partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, Kiss 104 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopad Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and Inrede partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, Kiss 104 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopad Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and Inrede partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5.
We don't come back True Talk FM this Sunday. You know, as usual, we can always talk about the economy. This economy we need for fix them. If this economy not fixed, you dey Bo, you dey Kenema, you dey Makeni, you dey Freetown, APC in a power, SLPP in a power. If this economy not fixed, now molestation and Salomon go get. We passport no go value, we not get respect in the world. So now that make we establish this radio for how they actually talk to Sierra Leoneans around the world and inside the country, for how see how we come together for build the economy. When I be the say we don't get Boku episode, then we don't talk about how the US economy, the US election get for affect you. Remember we've been talking with the US ambassador, the opposition don't care. We don't talk about how the opposition they play a role in the economy. We don't care with top hitting civil society activists then. They don't can talk about their role in the economy. Today we don't get big allegiance them. We na for them for be the voice and the mouthpiece of citizens, what they call the media. So today we day with are proud for talk about the president of the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists. Now a friend and brother, I would always call him Mora Rehab, Ahmed Nasrallah the monk. So inside now can help me for push the conversation in the president. So we there with my sister and my buddy. When Sylvia Olainka Blyden, Dr. Sylvia, I think she's the only woman who don't be president for the media outreach, and are the only woman we get we only newspaper. So it only.
I think we get another lady, Women's Voice.
Yeah. Women's Voice. Yes. Wait, look at. Nine the first. So some people like actually say incommode because this woman is a doctor and a medicine study. They don't can excel so in the media. So Sylvia they can help with today for shape the conversation. But we know see around the world, economies then they really go bad. economies and the people in the get a lot of economic pressures. We know see around the world, if you go like America, don't just change the government, and the big thing we US votes for, they say the economy not good and change the government. We they see what happened in Kenya in September, you get massive demonstration right through the month. Ghana, they face pressure back. So citizens and voice, they become loud, and the thing where they happen at Ukraine, where they happen around the world, people they talk say inside una country, una get for take action for let the economy better. So now because of that, the question we would get about would that the whole government to account for make sure see they really think about citizens in every decision within they do, like the media. Would that the whole government to account for make sure say all of them money are within you get, because I don't get diamond, you get gold, you get bauxite, for make sure say them money then we government they collect, they spend and bing pass along people then, like the media. So again me co-host Dr. Adam Stevens, in economists really and they manage the the consultant for this for True Talk. Now they help with today for steer this process here. Dr. Stevens, over to you.
Yeah, even though you forget to introduce me early on, no problem.
It's even for us.
It's even for us. No problem. Thank you very much, Andrew. Like how you say, the economy, that's the economy we talk about here. We want to ensure say, the economy benefits rural unions. Most radio stations we listen to around salon or politics or either entertainment or politics. We not really get a niche radio where they really just concentrate on the economy and how everything they impact on the economy. So that make we establish True Talk here. So like how Andrew said, today we talk to Unawe, I don't know how they can call them, but they're big Alejo, right? the stalwarts there in media, the big names there in media. So today we talk to Una about what's not the role with media they play in shaping the economy. We talk about everything from investigating the big things to informing the citizens about what the economy they're about. I mean, if we think back, like for instance, US, we know the media bring out a whole president, right? Nixon, now investigating media, now they bring out a whole president. We saw during this election, Trump, they say, shoot through the media. So we know they are like front soldiers, they're out there. They go after the news for inform the citizens, but not just for inform, we for also shape the conversations for the one that we take the decisions there. So we start the program with Una. I give you 2 minutes each, or you can go however you want to go, but 2 minutes each, and tell me what do you think about the topic itself. We'll start with Dr. Sylvia Blyden, obviously.
Wow.
Obviously.
I think the topic is timely. Now something where I may not think about all this time about how we not get much input from the citizens or from the media about the way the economy they go. We not get critical voices, then we be able to criticize and get the government for do what they're supposed to do with the economy. We got one newspaper, I think, in a salon where they dedicate one of the editions to financial economic issues. But it's not a critical point, it's not they use them, not they criticize, they just they do them as reporting on financial issues. So that critical voice will understand economic issues, will understand the importance of a government managing an economy so that the citizens then they benefit from the management of the economy, which has really been absent.
Yeah.
I think recently I come into the forefront when I do a criticism of the government with respect to an IMF report where the IMF say we're ready for growing our money, but we're not treating our citizens then fine. And the IMF lists down all the things that will make them concerned about the Israeli economy. So I mean come in and I mean do a voice message on that, a criticism on that, and some people don't take it well, so they end up being like go very very vulgar. But we really need for address these economic issues, because if you just take a look at where we are as a nation, and you go backwards like 5 years from now, you calculate how the economy did, especially with respect to the foreign exchange rates. And then you check now how we deal with respect to that same foreign exchange rates today, but the cost of living vis-a-vis the salary they not go according to how the exchange rates go. So people will suffer. So how do we hold governments responsible for make sure they manage the economy for people there. That I think is a critical discussion we make us so appreciate for their today.
Thank you very much. So I send the same question to you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, I've joined Doc for also say a very important discussion. This one indeed very timely. It was important because the public they don't care about number prices, about the cost of living. I like to talk about all kind of economic jargon, so what they call. As long as you not translate to that outside, you get money, take money, you value them here. Go to the market, I will buy something for eat, put on the table for the beginning, provide lunch, and do what you have to do as a parent, or as a father, or as a mother, or as a guardian. Then you know it becomes very work for them. And I think another important thing they will make it very important. So how government will achieve that one, and for also not that government is getting challenges. Government said, and how handle that say. The economy issue, not the animal, but all over. Things they get hard as years go by. Things they get very difficult for ordinary people and government them for not get the resources to answer the problems. So what thing we do to make sure say we push government for blocks of the leakage and control the spending so that they cut them code according to the size and ensure say they prioritize the things that will if they invest per they translate and calm down and the ordinary cost they feel out. And they also appreciate it. Then we work on the media. For ensure we hold government to account and ensure the government spend the money, the small money they get wisely and make sure say the impact they get is huge, then control it.
I think the conversation therefore be interesting. The way we don't start, I think we therefore come back to the same economic issues what they talk about. But the consensus is the discussion topic timely.
Thank you very much. So you see, the media in Salone, where you compare to other media inside Africa, in fact around the world, Salone media is day up. And why Salone media day up? Salone media day up because not only for the media, they up because of government. From Kaba in time to Kuruma in time to Madabio. We know they see like other country where if you talk something, then they just go bully you, then go arrest you, then they go after you. It can happen in some instances, but you know widespread as Salone. So whilst would they get all of them freedom there, that work the way the media for doing for make sure say this contract within the debate in the parliament, this contract good for Salone. We actually scatter. Toll road must carry pass there every day. That toll road the money, the Chinese money they actually account to her properly, or the government or they account for them money properly. So we do not say why to get media freedom, but that media work they Jolika all acknowledge in order to translate much it into what you need. So the first question I want to ask Una all too, Una go agree say the media are really weak for oversee the economy?
Well, I don't say media weak totally.
Totally.
Yes, because they know the media within the circumstance where the situation where they do something, they try to some extent for also and try for engage and to say the whole government to account and cover the economy. But now there are capacity issues. They come to the media. You look at the media market for Salone, it's very poor, and the way we own media day, all the media they're almost now one man business day. One business day. You look at the IMC this time, it's about 500 media houses there, radio stations and newspapers there, and all one man there, one man getter. Even AYB will talk about saying AYB in a media empire, not one person getter. The day we start about that, no problem. Look at media one. If you don't die, look at the struggle right now. Because everything central one person not structured that way they can get that capacity. And because they get that capacity, then it's difficult for them to get the resources for embark on the country for cover the because that will tell you for cover economic issues or any other investigative issues, it requires resources. It requires capacity, it requires knowledge and skills. Media not get that. But within the circumstances when they get, they're able to collaborate with CSOs like Una, who they do report them or research on and they ban. And produce some of that kind amplify some of the things that they do. And BAN don't do a lot for train journalists to understand the public financial management system, how the budget they work, how the financial they work, how the Bank of Salone and the Ministry of Finance they work. They don't train journalists over the years. And at least it's 1 or 2 or 3 that they focus on the thing and they try for reports and follow on what they have the journalistic reports, the thing that they put every year and follow on them, the recommendations them and everything. And I think say the media with that circumstance they try, but there is still room for improvement. Get a long way for go. Get the capacity for get the knowledge and skills for you to go in depth and bring out investigative reporting and will require resources and also will help the government from the right decisions. When you have done it all day, but given the circumstances, we try what we get. But we cannot give what we know, what we will not get. So if we not get that, we will get definitely. And not media, not to media, whatever they get people who are expert, then they come and can support the media for doing the project. Right now, we call expert then, and they come and catch up na radio so for them. You know, it's difficult for they get what they can and get a perspective. It's difficult. Like other countries, where you get expert there. And I'm saying a journalist, but you come, you can't talk about the economy and talk, and the government will listen and see perspective and alternative, and we come the policies going forward.
Before you pass the question off to Doc, let me just follow up here. You don't talk about capacity, but we think you talk about integrity as well. Because one thing that they say is, I don't go to some media houses, like one radio station, as you enter, the person where they can interview you yourself, begin asking for small thing. How that person they go able really?
Integrity issues are a national problem. All sectors get it right now. We have a national problem. We don't decline it either year. They do things that now we don't care about integrity, we don't care about the values there. We want to make we as a very strong nation, and everything we don't settle for average. So that's a problem. Yes, but because of lack of capacity, I tell you, because you know when you lack the capacity, you don't get the resources for running a media house, then you open at your own. Then you attract people who are not qualified, people who are not able to do the work, people who lack the values that way they look for. And so for the key people letting compromise. Okay. So they, but with the fight, because it's the media stand up to professionalism and do the work with integrity.
You know, so on professionalism, some people in the talk say the media can be weaponized, and they weaponize themselves for score points instead of actually focus on exposing the ills of society, but they use them for go after people.
Well, there are many ways for use the media generally. You can use the media for do change in the society, and the change way the type of the society, and the change way you face resistance to that changing, then you can turn the media out into a weapon because you want the change to happen. So you therefore make sure that you weaponize your media for push for the change. I will give you an example of something happened this year when His Excellency the President will declare state of emergency. And in legal advice, they only advise not me advise correctly. So I had to weaponize the media, me wondering for ensure say waiting in the declare for doing a parliament not pass the so-called state of emergency. So in some circumstances, yes, you have to really, when you know that this is to protect the wider society, then you can weaponize your media skills. But coming to the crux of the issue of capacity of the media, the government get for first of all understand the importance of the media, and not for just empower Sludge, because you have to commend this government for the empowerment of Sludge as the overall umbrella body for journalists. You have to commend them for me they even get the bravery. They say, well, they do our money now for making us run. So that is one aspect we commend them on. But then there's the other aspect. If the government not really understand, say they need a critical media for exist, so that they can be a better government, then that government they go fetch the media, even though it is sustained Sludge as an entity, because Sludge is also a media house. Sludge is also an overall body where they make sure say the media behave themselves, the media professional, the media get integrity, and try to also protect journalists themselves when they do their work. But the actual media houses themselves, you have this government fighting critical media houses from where they come, from day one. And when you fight a critical media house, you know they give that media house a chance of able to criticize you. And when they not criticize you, they make mistakes. When you make mistakes, and you get losses in the end, because you end up having your legacy to become botched. We're talking about the economy here. We had a bank governor before we say in the redenominate the loans. Me not an economist, me not a lawyer, but just with me ordinary layman common sense, I mean not say what this man will try for do not correct. So I use my newspaper, write criticisms, and suggest a better way forward. also write letters to the relevant stakeholders then for suggest the way forward. Waiting the government do as a reaction that affects me. So when you not listen to the criticism of the person, but you can't affect the person viciously too, then this week we just passed so, which is 3 years to the time when I first agitated, the way they want to do this redenomination is not correct, so then therefore amend Section 26 of the Bank of Sierra Leone Act. I quote the section and I give the reasons why. They not do them. Now, 3 years after this week, then they go to Parliament. You know, it sounds like they just take the letter and write to the president, they edit and turn out to be that. Word for word, waiting and say the president for do. Now then do finally 3 years later. But they spent, before they can do the correct thing now, 3 years later, they had spent so much time fighting me for criticizing them. They cannot stand criticisms. And when you're not able to stand criticisms as a government, you're not able to stand strongly, because me not a soft critic. I'm constructive, but I can be very harsh. If you're not able to stand strong criticisms, you will affect the media. And that is what is happening with this government. They fight the media who wants to criticize them. Yes, we're not better with the local, but there are people who are local. So, until the government realizes the importance of a critical media, for giving space, allow it for upgrade, allow it for criticize, then we continue for the next media housing. I'm not saying they want to be professional.
But they argue, say, some media that keep blackmail people and way unprofessional.
Quite right. Me, they don't blackmail people here for media space. That's one of the reasons why I entered the media space, because the blackmail was too much. So I'm fully aware that there are some people, and it's so unfortunate, there's a generation of journalists who have been groomed to believe that they make money out of blackmail. It's so unfortunate. And they were mentored by people, some of these people are now dead, but these people taught them that journalism is blackmail. So it's unfortunate that this is really happening, that there is blackmail to them, but there are people amongst us who have said it. Nobody in this country will ever talk to us about blackmail. Nobody. Then days there when I come out and criticize the Air Sierra Leone issue, I was offered meetings and engagements, but it's not part of me. I mean, I know that journalists who would have engaged, but I cannot engage in such. So we have people who have integrity in the media. I am one of them. Nobody not in this country will go say you are blind and don't ever blackmail me. Say if you not give me this, I will write for you. Never.
No, Fambulenge for take part.
Let them give it space. Let them give it space. Come on, let the government give space for criticize.
They come back and say, everybody attack you, then definitely you don't that is the section. Journey, get people that are going to get but like how the government they come from Bakaba in the everybody has media rights of this. We never help you actually. Most of them right from the top of but they want to go generally
but from the way, and the very first thing I have to say, the background says some media don't politicize. And so there is this concept of
weaponized
misinformation and disinformation. Yes, and if I am the government, if something is going out there that is misinformation or disinformation, you say, go out and try for
yeah, but in the short part of it all, not allow for them to manipulate the information.
Yeah, exactly.
For anybody get access to that one, manipulator. So government get for we open up with information. So information and the big challenge could affect you.
Yeah.
And the public service, the civil servant, they get that idea. They still for that secrecy at business. See information.
No, but even if there is information, my point is Let's take US for instance. Yeah, they'll take for US for instance. If you listen on the same exactly on the same issue, if you listen to Fox News, it's different from what you hear on the others.
No family if they just join you today now the media and the economy. We get for giving our time for now just to react. We deal with Dr. Sibia Olaika Blyden / President Mo, President Ahmed Nasrallah. If you want for take part later on at 076641729, 076641729. But now we actually come to the concrete examples on how the media and the whole government to account.
Yeah. So yes, me self get the same thing. I don't tell them. I don't already tell them about the background noise. Okay, so clearly when our two don't lay the foundation say media very important, especially in holding government to account. Let's come to some concrete examples then now, especially in Sierra Leone. Recently, I follow you to, I think is it 2 episodes on the Air Sierra Leone. Let we go there back because this is now one example who say you as a media personality to try actually for not just hold the government to account but actually tell people then about these aircrafts with the government they are about to bring here. And I'm very happy when you raise this because that's only one of the only ways where government go people that know about them. You mind for tell me more what's wrong with this particular aircraft in your view?
Not so much what's wrong with the aircraft concern me. What's concern me that next day I see them put out this plane, the paint this plane fine. You know, I nice paints.
Well, it has always been white. From where they buy it has always been white.
No, they put out this picture of this plane, lightly painted. So then they go all around the social media, Air Sierra Leone. And if you follow when they held the press conference on Air Sierra Leone, I don't feel say any newspaper didn't push them more than Awareness Times. We give them front page lead story, Air Sierra Leone, back to them big time in press conference. They held the press conference on a Saturday. That Monday will follow the Saturday. The lead story in Awareness Times was Air Sierra Leone. Give them positive coverage and we were excited as patriotic journalists. Very excited. Now I see this rightly painted plane, very happy, but of course me a forensic investigator. Anything that you do further investigation. So I see the tail number of the plane.
Yeah, the registration number, yes.
Yeah, the tail number. So that doesn't change.
Yeah.
So I do a run on the tail number, I do a forensic run on the tail number. And when it come out that this plane don't crash, from where it crashed, nobody not use them in Nigeria, from where it crashed in May 6 months ago. Partly then they can use the same plane and then they don't pay it, so you don't want alarm. Not for because me don't think a plane crash. Plane don't crash before. So I'm not gonna sit here as a Sierra Leonean and I say plane will don't crash where the questions around the plane will crash. Say today a preliminary report can get. And the preliminary report for even the conclusion whether the plane stayed and whether conclusion and whether the plane happened. The crash landing happened. So me concern and it's a concern. And as people are always the concern and not call on parliament for do oversight, me no hold London. Me no to battle with the feds. Me no hold raise the alarm as a journalist, call on the authorities for do the correct thing, and get me fellow citizens for those say, what did them tell we? There are questions that need to be discussed. That's my role as a journalist, that's my role also as an opposition voice. So I've done it and I'm okay with where we are. Now, if they can convince the citizens that the plane where they don't pay fine, that they want the plane for use, okay. But me, that plane is me was scared for it.
Okay. So I've been listening to, like I say, I can listen to you very well. I also read some of the commentaries the way you write. You suggest, I don't know if I get that right, but you suggest it wasn't pilot error, or not to whether probably it was because of mechanical issues.
I mean, what we have is what is called a preliminary report.
Yes.
I have read the preliminary report from page 1 to the last page.
Yeah, that's available on the online everywhere.
The preliminary report is very, very clear that there is as yet no conclusion as to what they call the plane for crash. Today, as you sit here in this studio, there is no report, there is no final report out there that says to us now whether that equals plane for crash land. There is no report out there. So until we get the final report, they confirm saying that the weather condition and for the place of grassland, I am saying get the chance. Because the pilot was not wrong, the test chance from my was not wrong, so was okay. We were all okay. But I am concerned. Until we get the final report, when we not get it, we conclude saying a weather. I am saying the technical. That there's something technical.
Myself read the same preliminary. If I'm the one reader available widely online, you can go download that and read that. Myself read the same.
Tell me something more about safety and security of the aircraft. Right? If you get any information about the acquisition of the aircraft, it's not economic.
Yeah, okay.
It doesn't belong to us.
Yeah, we will talk about the contract itself. Yeah.
All we have done is to have allowed them
Our name, then
our name.
we get with name, then we get
No,
some
for you to
equity
name
for that.
Sierra Leone or anything. Recently there was
I thought we acquired.
Law Society. They used the name Sierra Leone Law Society and they had to break the name. So you can't use the name Sierra Leone unless the government gives permission.
Yeah.
So our government has given permission to these Nigerians to run a business with our name. Now, if anything happens, it's going to happen with our name. But we are not the owners of the place.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, now a private company called XJet, now like a subsidiary here. So, oh, okay. No, we'll talk about because I've been advised the Ministry of Transport before. Yeah, so I know a little bit about this plane. I know a little bit about the plane itself. Yeah. If we talk about the airworthiness of the plane, the same preliminary result report we don't read, myself reader, and all insinuations are that now the weather because excursion, right? I mean, they try for land.
There's no
Yeah.
There's no final conclusion. I challenge anybody on that. Go read the report. There is no conclusion where say we have concluded that this serious thing happens because of the weather. It's not there. So they're just these are assumptions. So until there's a conclusion that says that, I remain technical, that there's a technical problem with that plane. I will continue to say there's a technical problem with that plane. If they say they're not going to fix the technical problem in South Africa, fine. But we don't go enter that plane.
Well, the report, the same report we read, they say, I read the same report. They said there was no damage to the aircraft, zero damages. So, and obviously anything be wrong with because of the accident, we then go South Africa for go fix. Maybe now the normal test then we're supposed for do and certification and they go to the South Africa probably.
We don't do me role as a journalist. So all that's we don't do me role. We don't highlight the issue.
We're not talking about that. Let's go back to 2012. Let's talk about 2012.
No, we move on to some reports where I think that you try to promote this program that India you mentioned some banking.
Oh,
yes. People don't want to know about that more because it's out there now. Mr. go want to know about that too. Yes.
You see, the whole thing about economic governance is ensuring that the people are safe under the economy. Let me put it that way. The people of Sierra Leone, they're safe under the economy. I mean, if you look at the Sierra Leone Constitution, one of the crimes when they hold you and detain you more than 72 hours for are crimes against the economy. Just one. Now, all of that, most of the crimes, they're not supposed to hold you more than 72 hours. For crimes against the economy, they hold you for up to 10 days. They can detain you. No questions asked. That is how serious the economy is. Now, one of the key aspects in a modern economy are the banking system. And the banking system has to be governed. They get for governance. They get for make sure that governance in such a way that is safe for the people of Sierra Leone. So for me, one of the things that we discuss governance and the economy, we therefore discuss the oversight of the governing body with respect to the bank. On October 29th, we get the press statement from the Anti-Corruption Commission. They saw when one day being at salon, then they can't work. That. And they take a whole bank, a banking institution, and then they can charge that bank as a criminal. It can happen in other countries, they refer to them as corporate criminals. So not a mortal man in the charge for crime. Now the banking system, one whole bank, Anti-Corruption Commission charge one whole bank That's one of the things that, in fact, I actually called President Fala, the ACC Commissioner that day, and I tell her, this is fantastic. For Sierra Leone, for able to do something like this, for charge a whole bank as a criminal, this is kudos, congratulations and congratulations, because this was fantastic. You need to say, the economic governance of the state, the anti-corruption commission, they make sure, say, that they watch out. But they charge a whole bank for crime. Then they also charge, of course, people that were in the working at the bank. But the bank of itself was charged as a criminal, October 29. Now, last week, or a few days ago, another bank, big bank in Sierra Leone, this time at the Attorney General's office, the Director of Public Prosecution, charged the big bank again as a corporate criminal for fraud, for fraudulent transactions. So, to remind immediately, within a period of less than 2 weeks, two of the biggest banks in Sierra Leone have been charged as corporate criminals. It means to say the economy, when it comes to the banking sector, questionable. Because this has never happened before. Two big banks charged as corporate criminals. So the role now of the governing entity, which is the Central Bank of Sierra Leone, what thing the Central Bank of Sierra Leone they do for protect we as citizens in terms of economic crime? Because these are economic crimes. The World Bank.
I think so. We'll get some small technical glitch. So we call for short break. Would you go for break? So we call for a short break.
FM, Kiss 14 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopa the Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week, join True Talk and engage the partner them on True Talk Radio 98.5 FM, Kiss 14 FM Nabo, Top Radio 103.7 FM na Kenema, Vopa the Radio 96.5 FM na Waterloo, Radio Bankasuka 97.5 FM na Potloko, and Amza's Radio 96.9 FM na Makeni. Be part of the conversation. You can also join via Facebook and call in on 072-641729 to contribute. Get the facts, get True Talk. For the discussion on media and the economy this week,
Let me continue from, I don't know if you've done for making points or not, but let me continue from Musa Usta.
Okay, now since probably they will say they're not really so I will say I'm again.
Yeah.
We have this time.
Yeah.
I hope they will be now where I thought. Basically, I say the economy is so critical in Sierra Leone that the constitution makes one of the things in which commit a crime inside it, they can hold you for up to 10 days. What other crimes in Sierra Leone? Supporting, laughing, 72 hours everything. But when you do something, whether for the economy, the constitution is the general to 10 days, no question in the for 10 days, that is how serious the economy is taken. So the sector of government, where they oversee the governance of the economy, is a very important sector. And one of these is the banking sector, which is overseen by the
Central Bank.
Central Bank. So I say recently, October 29, we get Anti-Corruption Commission do a wonderful thing. Wherever they charge one really big bank, then charge the bank as a corporate criminal. So normally, the bottom man is charged as criminal. But in this case, they charge the whole bank as criminal. October 29. Few days later, the Attorney General's office, the Director of Public Prosecution, charged another bank, another big bank in Australia, as a corporate criminal, this time for fraudulent transactions inside a bank. So, main concern is we talk about governance and protecting the people of Australia. Protecting you is also protecting you and the bank they live in. So we want to have effective governance of the economy, we want effective governance of the banking sector. So what is the central bank for us by now, in real opinion? The central bank will for inform the public that these two major banks have been charged as corporate criminals, and the bank will take action for enhanced supervision. So not that ordinary supervision now of not ordinary depositors deposit, but now, since they don't prove now, say there are allegations where a prima facie allegation to the level that they can charge in a high court, the central bank might now become counsel in their role as the government supervisors and talk to you. So this bank and this bank, they don't charge them corporate criminals, but really assure us say we are in charge and we monitor them with them. But that has not been done.
Yeah, I agree with you. The financial sector very, very important, because anything we wrong, they get this cascading effect on all the other sectors that within the economy. The small business people, now they go take loan. Besides with depositor, we did it. Not then the first investments actually in the country. So I agree with you. However, again, central bank as the overall head of the banks, then anything we come with, the dynamic I agree with you small in the beginning, where you say the way they handle the redenomination. Because anything, any word we come with it, they can create panic inside the system. They can
create comfort.
Yes, either way, it can create comfort. Like
to start worrying, whose other bank again where they can fraud, corruption? Because two banks in less than.
And eventually, even at Bukikao, they give publicities now.
Definitely.
With less information, with less facts and everything.
They have to be proactive.
I think it's a strong point, because we now so let the watch we bank then 2014, 2015, they actually went under. So I know two major banks there. So they literally crashed. So it's good that we flag this until the worst happened. But waiting this important, but all waiting till the top. Now the role of the central bank. Yeah, I want to turn this to you. We see in the 1980, the governor now we don't carry river, we don't make one building in Zambangura. Then kill him because it's stand against certain expenditures. So in all the time when they talk about civil society, you actually need, or the media, you actually need strong public servants who they talk to and let it grip on this. So I want to turn to you, as you worry, say you get any concern about the caliber of public servants then for block leakages, because the media can talk all kinds of things. And when they see person they resign from civil servant, they resign, say me they don't publish corruption, but me.
Even yes, was there? They defend way for defend. They defend way for defend and just navigate and everything was died down. But they know the media. They don't say the media not is sustained the kind of thing because of the.
After 2 weeks.
Yes, after 1 2 days, you don't know. You know what I mean? After they take out. So don't worry. It's okay, let them publish after 1 2 days, because we're not going to get today for sustain. Say okay, like I see like you do for your paper, you take one issue, you take out say, Papa see the ending. You know what I mean? Most of the people don't get that kind of resilience there and that kind of strength there, that they go and say, okay, that's the only issue also. Close see the ending. Not to malice, not to any bad, but for ensure say the right thing happen. Yes,
because you can
never to civil servant. They resign. What's the culture for the person you expose and then at the end of the day, okay, I don't resign because of this. You know what I mean? It gives me code for work and anything. No, they don't.
Because sometimes
that's worrying. Yes.
We know say
the media self is utmost. When you raise that issue there, you know what I mean? Like civil society and other people, then they come up. Let's take them up and we amplify. The more we amplify, the more the listen and take the right action. Because getting studies that would be that don't follow up on it, and they work with civil society for achieving things. In the 2012, the tax how do you call it, tax exemption with the Medicare. 2012, Ban Pulman reports will talk about the amount of money we would waste, the government waste in terms of that. About $220 something $1 million annually. You know, what at the time that'll be 8 times the education budget and 7 times the health budget. With only for teacher salaries and nurses, what they call it. Then what's happening? Then follow on through from 2020 to each election, 2018 election, then they ask candidates them what you could do about it later. Then eventually in 2021 or 2022, we get the tax exemption policy and the tax exemption act. Who now they control the way government begin the kind of carry panel. So now by the time they go government, even for the COVID and Ebola, remember say and the expense we go for Ebola. When we spend money, because of health emergency, they say therefore relax the PFM Act and the Public Procurement Act. Make sure because they follow the procedure, then they will slow the response. The same thing for happening for COVID. They can't even go to Parliament. So they relax the PFM Act and apply to the expenditure for COVID. But they say so they pick them up and they pick up an amplifier. So they will not go through. They say no, follow the procedures. Then I should say we not get any waste for government. Use government money for beginning and the other thing. So you control it. So that's why inside with the media, the work with civil society, and also we put a stop on it and let it happen. Again, the president in impress and the vice president in impress. The come up and say, when they propose a bill back, say, therefore, don't forget any accountability. Therefore, spend out what they for spend. Yeah, they will pick our back. And we have accountable impress. It's more. The media work with civil society back and amplify, and it is a public outcry. Then the president will be trying to video again. So these are instances where the media don't work with civil society, they don't amplify things, and the government in the end take the right action to do the right thing.
Because on the day, we can elect for blame politicians, but we get a small civil servants who now we need for put to scale or put to bring to light in misdemeanor, in bad thing way they do. So I really this will really bring me back to the bank governor. So if we see some spending, then they will not make sense to anybody. Even to government, it not make sense to you. Would are the authorizer? Why the media know they pin that policy down? So you actually renege on your responsibility. But the moment you make them appear like SLPP, APC, this and Mada bill versus this, no action can be taken. You see, say with the
defense that they use. The moment you begin confident and either politicize another one, or there's a personality attack, you attack the person unnecessarily. If you don't have for the public defense for you don't get the malice. You don't get the malice that the issue you have for address. If the man knows you don't do wrong, and if you take that action, you have as a someone the public servant. Let's get the way they defend it and they for me they justify the action.
This
and go free.
It also comes to the complete independence of their monitoring institutions we talk about. Bank of Salon for being independent. If you don't have the president will appoint, well, if we really get that independence there in doing its work, we oversee the other banks then. I don't know if they're really truly independent.
No, across Africa, across Africa, independent. Not like the Fed
can control over them.
Yeah, like the Auditor General office, like Bank of Sierra Leone.
When I think that they go with their points.
Well, let me take the. If I can come in.
Yes.
Let me take the waiting and charge one of the banks for waiting Anti-Corruption Commission charge one of the banks for. These now losses because that's what we are debating here. Losses to the government. What thing they do? When somebody go pay in tax NRA, if they pay to NRA, then they take the check, then change the name from NRA, add other name there, deposit them into 2 different personal people in their account. Then people that they go now then withdraw the money, then share them. Now, when they appoint a new NRA Commissioner General, I think Mr. Soare. When he come into office, he can't catch up say something fishy they happen. So now he flag the whole issue say something fishy they happen here with how money they pass through them bank there so. So he flagged the issue as a public servant. He flagged the issue. The anti-corruption investigate the issue and eventually now charge one of the banks then for corporate criminal activities. Now, we losses, I believe they say 34 billion leons we they able for fame so far we lost through this system when I make anti-corruption charge. But imagine if Mr. Soare, as Commissioner General, as a patriotic citizen, if Mr. Soare no me raise that alarm and say something funny they happen, the media no me forever know say something they happen, it would have continued happening. So we also go for try as a media for recognize the real heroes, the real patriots. Me, I'm very surprised that today we not able to glorify the role of Mr. Ibrahim Soare in uncovering that NRA losses, because there are serious losses to government. So we as the media also, we supposed to able to recognize the heroes in the public system. Soare is a hero. If not for Soare, this number for come out. So the media has a role to also not for just say if they write bad but civil servants let resign, but that civil servant, that public servant back when they serve selflessly. The role of the media. I remember I think at Start TV, then eulogize them. They did a very brilliant eulogy on him. Abdurrahman. Yes, but it was only Abdurrahman. The rest of us really, the one for praise Soare. What did end up they happen? Soare lost his job. Yeah, exactly. For reasons that takes the Presidonia will not know why made them saga, because it pleases. Yes, it pleases His Excellency. It pleases His Excellency to fire. He hired him. He was so patriotic. Uncover this big scandal. What's the outcome? It pleases His Excellency to fire him. So we as the media, we for also be in a position where for make the presidency will not say, these patriots who are on fire. So the media, or I mean the people of Sierra Leone through the media, they not say this na a Maui may they serve well, na a Maui uncover huge losses to government. So I think the media also get a role, not for just to condemn the one the way they do bad, but even the one the way they do good, we get a role for.
And there's a positive effect on it. That after we do so, it don't make other institutions like NACIT, they don't aware of them and the other one they will use. You see the scheme is when an NRA. When you pay the check, NRA the right. NRA like National Revenue Authority. So then they open another account, we get the same initial NRA. But it means different thing. So when they check the cam, NRA right, they go put on the. Yeah, same to NACIT back, any SSIT, the same thing back. They get different meaning with the NACIT mean for the registration where they register. Then they send the money. So now if you don't go pay for it, you don't go pay NRA now. If you write, you can pay the check, you write and pull one. National Revenue Authority. So you're not going to have a kind of one account to get register. Same to back with NACIT. Before like a national social so that's an info before if you get a national check then they will like it. You see?
Okay, so I think this is not the right time for open the line to Fambude, so let them contribute. Fambude, they can't open the line now. When I call on the number 076-641-729 and ask any questions to the panelists there or make me your own contribution. The number is 076-641-729.
Yes, Dr. Maybe then you not come out clearly to the media saying that is why you do that. So you know spread out to the media actually.
Abdurrahman do very well at Start TV. I watched it. But nobody else.
Sometimes they find to syndicate them in the media come together.
I agree. Honestly,
because we for heal a civil servant there, or public officials there, we do the right things.
I agree with good.
Yes, exactly.
You know, so I want to go to you as head of SLAG.
Yeah.
You know, so something a day, we get this massive media poverty. Journalists there. Something a day we can do, and not can really blame them. Something a day, but something a day I can actually blame them. But it's difficult for the media stand against companies where they give their adverts. It's difficult to let stand against government where they give the adverts. So you don't can be say that thing where they call advertorial. Now the two land the way, say for example, if you get Orange and Africell, if Orange and Africell they cheat on Sierra Leone, the media way that they support the radio station, they're silent. So I don't know what thing if they deal with that one day.
Yes, we did deal with them, but it's very difficult because the electoral, if you don't mention Africell, you mention also Mercury, because Mercury the money they spend every month for for support media houses there. You know what I mean? Just give them that advantage. And he assured say everyone will get something. So we don't play with the one day. So when it comes to holding them to account, it's very difficult for them to hold them to account because not from they survive. Yes. So we try now, like you say, media property, but the media property, the way the media are set up now, the media too many media houses there, and they run a very low budget and very, like I said, one man business is there. So it's very difficult. We're not supposed to for come together and say, oh, we establish one structured media house, and so few of them will get policies there. They will get policies on advertisements. You know, they say an ethical advertisement was so possible because of so and so, because of the editorial policy. We know because everybody now they open up because of the advert there. When they get the advert there, just for silence there. So whatever officer they do when they against the law, definitely the media is not very important. Except the one they will not get advert from them. They will come flag out. So they don't Kaiser. So with each of them, the challenge. So now the corporate capture of the media. And the reality. Because the need for survive. But now because the media is so you will set up okay.
But it also
we need a re-engineering of the industry.
Yeah.
Definitely. But it also forget the media will control it for perform in essence and do work effectively and efficiently.
Yeah, also go back to Usaibi starts the capacity. Yeah, because like in the US, for example, other countries, when they say this person they report on health, now they are doctor. When they say this person they report on sports, that's somebody will be doing the play sports. But here we they see somebody they report on economy or this one just speak to the camera. They don't really know waiting this mean. So in the how that person go able hold government to account or go able hold everybody to account. You know if they able know what they talk about.
They pay the million. You like go get your masters or in degree for economy or what they call it they can't work down.
But the thing is, but if you invest in something, you build capacity, make them know you for something.
Yes.
Yes, now this is. The media need for engineer. We need for engineer. Industry. Then one of the commission go get for that investment conference. Who name for do? No the problem. And the problem now all man for be editor. All man for getting newspaper. All man for getting radio station. You know what I mean? They do not qualify for runner. You don't get the money. You don't get the capital for runner. When you go IMC, they go give paper then when they write it, we get this budget. You know, we anticipate we get the budget, we get this stuff here, and we pay them. But as they get the situation now my business. You go to open them, 9 get you know I can't for nothing. But they make money. They are making money. Yes, so from the advert there.
Well,
yes, but they don't care about the actual work of the media. See, part of this media, na admission I guess. Then I go do public interest journalism and do public content and so say we self contribute to the
So for Fambule, if you want
get money for themselves.
Yeah.
So
if you want to contribute, you will call 076641729. 076641729. Yes, over to you, Lord.
Yes, I will go back to Usa will start, which is the government supposed to understand the importance of allowing the critical media to breathe. I will give example now without naming names, but I will give an example of a scenario which just happened to me. Then get this World Bank funded unit, one of the government agencies. We then set her up so that they can get a proper oversight of donor funded projects, public financial management projects. And this is a unit where they give out adverts on all these projects. So it's a big unit, big adverts. The person who did it before as the head, now a cabinet minister. They don't appoint her as minister. So where I normally call, I just want to. So when him did as the head of that unit there, all what he wanted was the unit for produce results. If they want to advertise, they put it in big newspaper where every sector they read. Elect na Molanke Kusha they read, elect na minister they getting free copies. That is like Awareness Times. So they may give advert to Awareness Times without issues because they wanted to make sure the World Bank funded project gets coverage. Now he's appointed minister, and then after some months it pleased His Excellency the President to appoint somebody else for head that unit. That means they continue for the year Awareness Times. We adverts everything until a few weeks ago when I take on the criticism of the government, of a senior government official on a statement of the IMF on the economy.
and the reverberations will follow through. The new man wey President Madabi don put here, he actually say make dem stop for the advert to Awareness Times newspaper because of that criticism dey. So in now na pettiness in dey look at now, say since Awareness Times dey criticize so and so person wey mean a campaign manager for that person dey, I will block you not for the advert. So you block Awareness Times not for the advert, then you go bring some funny Afrap newspaper wey no dey sell. You begin their advert now. Let me tell you now the danger of waiting to happen when the government becomes so petty. Then they give advert now to a small newspaper wey no dey sell. This small newspaper now, 2 editions ago, I think on Thursday, I just see big headline at the front page. Sylvia Blyden shamed. I don't want this. So they tell the paper, I open this paper. Believe you me, doc. From the beginning of the paper, that big headline, I mean at the lead headline, Sylvia Blyden shamed. Page 2, page 3, page 4, page 5, till the last page. Nothing about Sylvia Blyden inside the paper. Nothing. These are people who say better copies. Waiting when they try for doing another for please. This post where they give their adverts now. This funny people that they sell. Then they give now all these World Bank donor funded adverts because you get control over government resources. So you want to now suppress a big newspaper where they criticize you now and give adverts now to a funny newspaper which is so irrelevant. Then that paper then now you begin use and now say let it attack dog. So basically when you are talking about and the government recognizing the importance of a critical media, this is a classic example. This is a senior government official appointed by His Excellency the President. They abuse in office because in a campaign manager for somebody who want to be a presidential successor to the president. So until we get a government we're able to acknowledge and understand. In fact, I call the person. Why I see the headline where the newspaper where they get advance now, I see the headline. They spell my name SYL. That's the message to her. I say, but where they get advance? They are telling for me my name na SYL, not to SLY. Yeah? But it is so unfortunate that you can have a whole government institution being reduced to suppressing the media because that media house they, in as much as it's a big media, that media house they know they do what you want. So it's a real issue until you get the government to able to recognize the importance of a critical media. We will get in a situation here.
Yeah, I mean,
and no media house can survive without adverts.
Yeah, we agree. And come back to what Andrew be saying in the beginning. Sometimes we say that government, but sometimes a very small someone seated very in a small coffee like office, then they take their decisions here, and nobody know if they actually know whether they take their decisions here. So exactly, yeah.
So you know, God your blessed memory. There is a quote where you make where you say the media now like political party. You know, advertorials we can be in the hands of government and private sector. It just sound like within political party and get the weak holes and the strong holes. So you way they in that strong hole they get advertorial, you way they in that weak hole. So I think say advertorial politics with what you talk about, so it's not only for government but even for private sector, and in more serious for private sector than even for government. So you get mining company we no want for gear account but you want for the media cover. You get foreign bodies where they can't alone, they get interest in certain thing there, they will just say no, law gag the information, they know we too get which let people don't know but we. So I don't know when as senior media people then how they salvage this economy, given that I take your point say when I interest they are stake, when I get for pay salary, when I get for pay rent, but in between now and then the economy, the wider economy, I don't know what you can say about that.
The difficulty we never control over the media. We never control over like SLAD, so it was SLAD that was an umbrella body for professionals that would practice. Not to really determine whether this media house in editorial policy, not to really talk to IMCC, this media house register or this policy register or be licensed for operate. So they're free because we get media pluralism. It's part of the act. So anybody can for right to go and apply and get a media house and they forgive. But we always alarm on the one they say the need for control the one day. We not need for just put it open so everybody can because now you're right. It's for doing no for do that one day. But begin to say then begin check and monitor. Once you get operate, then go and check you annually. If they don't say you don't meet the threshold, they not really license. They close you. Until you well structured and you meet what you get there as documented, and this can be there, you can open, and this kind of structure again, and this kind of revenue you get for the make, and this kind of we get for the pay, so like you start then if you don't meet them, they stop me for operate. So we don't control, we don't know how to do it, and it's very difficult because once they try to do something and for go to the right side, but then you undermine that. Even for adverts, somebody who don't put the taxi not 200 before adverts, some people they go take 1 million, they go take 500. Yes, and the copy people they don't care. They don't want to say about the media which one are the who's one get the reach, who's more powerful, who's one get the interest. They don't know. Then after that they don't put on that the media. You know, party get evidence, you go show him boss that the evidence is one. So even the copy sector they don't respect the. They don't get no information where they say okay. The media house here and they for work with because they get the reach, then they get that they respected, that they credible, and what they call it. They take into account. But just
as large, you get any cooperation with IMC, we really supposed to regulate.
Yes, okay, yes. But they get the power. They get the power for that. So what is they tell? They say we need to take action. We need to take drastic action, and it should say we engineer industry. No, why? Because we take us party business because some people say also it's very difficult for them to take action because most of the people who own the municipality nationalists and national embassy. So that will make it very difficult to take action. I say, but we need to stop that. We want for all be relevant and let essence be felt. They say it's not media who they hold government to account, who they promote democracy and who they promote civic participation.
So arise and key hold and friend. Who's I really been on?
This one. Arise. Know the conditions. They know the landscape. They know the landscape, and they know how to get the media. They know how to capture the media. No money.
So you can see, and that one day it bad past that minister with the thief in office because this is a big a vital national asset. Compton College sit up and tap $4 billion worth of iron ore. We for try for see how we able tap that iron ore day, let all picking and go school, let healthcare better. Then somebody just come, that person don't get any interest in salon. He say I want that plan. It bribe 1-2 newspaper there. It take 1-2 NP them. Case closed. So it's difficult for let somebody make society, you don't always they in a comfort position. You get for come on your comfort zone. So I don't know as media leaders, and they keep pushing now. I don't know how we get for. I know say people they get for pay their rent, they get for pay salaries, but in the midst of all of that one day, how we get for navigate down there?
Solutions, right?
The way the world's done day now, I mean just the joke set with me layout man just this morning. Emiga Pogo Makeni, sister know me well, so Emiga Pogo Makeni. So normally we can produce on Saturday for Monday edition. So now today this morning 9 Ikomo Makeni. So they on the road, they work with the production man and with me leading na me bed na me house. In day na transport from Makeni, my production man day na church. The three of we coordinate for set tomorrow's paper. Why is that possible? Technology. So it didn't put they come on Makeni, it work. Me did my bed, lead down this morning at the work. That man in a church, inside the check, the three of us will produce tomorrow's edition on time for make them go send and go to the printing press. Because technology, and that's why they tell me layout man say 20 years ago when I started Awareness Times, this was impossible. There's absolutely no way. Paper and pen, the reporter carry writing story, they come to the sub-editor, edit, then they can go to the deputy, edit before you come to the public. So it took such time for producing a newspaper, unlike like now. What can we do with technology? How can we harness technology for overcome these issues? It's one of the things that are effectively they study what happened at the American elections, this election we just passed on. Because make no mistake, the mainstream media, they had no voice in these elections. No voice. These elections was conducted on social media, Twitter, and Donald Trump in Truth Media. They effectively controlled the people of America to think as they want, vote as they want, and got the outcome they want. So I believe we in Sierra Leone, we have a way, those of us who are passionate about it, to bypass the mainstream media and still hold governments to account. So I believe we can still use social media, the non-traditional media, for still hold the government to account. And I don't even find out, because I am the publisher, editor for now, editor emeritus, or whatever you can call me, for a Renaissance newspaper. But my effect is far more powerful on social media than on the print media now. The days of the print media 20 years ago, 20 years, 15 years, up to maybe 10 years ago, when I write on awareness, all man they run. Awareness don't come out, awareness don't come out. Now, when I write on Sylvia Plaid Facebook page, now they all man they run now. Hey, Sylvia don't write, Sylvia don't write, Sylvia don't write. So we have to take advantage of the change in technology and shift our focus as patriotic journalists away from just the mainstream traditional media and shift it now, push our advocacy into the non-traditional social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and TikTok. The vast majority of our young people, I remember when I not ever mean they na TikTok. I not know waiting at TikTok. I just say TikTok. Now when I reconcile with my small sister, the first lady, now I show me waiting at TikTok. Then I realized the power of TikTok. The next thing I say, no wonder you can at TikTok. Because you know people say, oh, the first lady all day at TikTok. Do they know the power of TikTok? Now when I can't sit down with an ass, say TikTok so powerful. And that's where all the young voters are. That's where all the young people are. So when she posts, when you see first lady going at TikTok, when you see put her in dance video, pass a message you have to pass through, it's gone. So we have to move the advocacy from mainstream media to social media. And I think we'll be able to hold the government more accountable.
My compliment will be for compliments. Yes, we don't challenge them. You cannot continue doing business as usual. The media they evolve, they don't change dynamically. You know what I mean? And so, but the way the average journalist they behave in salon, you know what I mean? If you say social media, also for her. Now for just other people, not for journalists, not professional journalists. Now space go there for we all. Take advantage of her. You know what I mean? You get your newspaper, get your Facebook page, get the same page, get your Facebook page, get your website, get your Twitter page, get your Instagram, get your TikTok, and we do this to it. You know what I mean? Package them from it, all the platform there, and target the different people there. Don't talk to them over and over. Now those you have to continue as usual. That's comfortable and complacent. So the second, even talk about the bloggers there, they visit the bloggers and they get social media. No, it's there for everybody. It's a space now for we all. You know what I mean? Journalists, critical journalists, get your blog. It's a big public, you know what I mean? As long as the public thing they will, you know what I mean? The public they see, this is I call them incredible and continuous. They do it every day. You know what I mean? They follow you. It's especially for use. You know what I mean? But we still consider virtual in there. You know what I mean? Because every time they change, the bill don't change. If you want to make money, you know, you get for depend on advertising for make money. No, it didn't change. That's many money in a digital space we for take advantage of. And not let them give the sitting journalists or the bloggers. It's not a blogger. It's not a blogger. It's not a social media influencer. You know what I mean? So package information for target all the platforms then they reach more people there. But if you say for young people and I go to the super they pass it. They don't know say not the super. They're not getting set. You know what I mean? Because if you package that format, they can never read the news. Yeah. But package them to the format the way they are put to them platform then.
So I think if we really want to effect change, we have to change our strategy in the media.
Yeah, what's in all over the talk about now and what we need to do, this capture, this corporate capture, the media will be put and call in. Exactly, that was the question. So yes, then we need to work together, we need to collaborate, we need to work. civil society who get the resources to do the research, then go and come with the facts and figures, you know, and use the media, amplify anything that they create a conversation. People then come on board and they give their perspective. They check out, I don't know for do or we collaborate. They will not get the resource for the research. They are academics. They will not say so. They get the resource because they get funding for the certain project. Then once they get the report, then they share with the media, get the media on board, and still be part of this one. Because the media, you left on your own, look at I'm not doing this for going to the apply for investigate.
Yeah.
No get that. No media has got that money. Say journalists for and journalists on yourself not get that interesting. Everybody want for be impact we talk about the media how they undermine we, even the government, even the politicians. You know what I mean? They take the very best there, they employ them. Because everybody wants to survive now. Not the good journalists, professionals who get potential for being you know what I mean? What they call them? You say, my family. They don't come here. They go. You know what I mean? You go. Yes.
Well, let's groom this. There are more coming out.
What did they come up now? They all associated with politics. Yeah. Just say only. No, that's like we first time we come up. Not here. You know, that's why for being somebody. But now everybody either but the government don't get that much. So they say government they want to employ everybody. You know what I mean? Because the case, that's the only. The only way you get money. For government. Yeah. That's all.
Somehow we're able to split politics from the media.
So what we want for doing? What we decide for doing at large? We don't talk about this, and they will say government thank you for that repeal, and also for that investment conference. So do because the government get in our initiative for sort of that conference. Look at the landscape and see what are the challenges, opportunities, and we can call it. Try to move forward and get a blueprint going forward. So one of the so this National Fund for Public Interest Media. Since we see the media poor. We don't get the resources, we don't get the capacity. So that funding now, we're happy for report say we don't get support from IFPIN, the International Fund for Public Interest Media. We put money there, we don't get the secretariat, we don't get the board. We're very, very inclusive. And they don't put money now, follow we start the grant. So what we basically do for push journalism that will come up now, and media was there, for impact on public interest journalism. You know what I mean? You apply for fund, you give 5,000 grants, you know what I mean? You beat all the criteria, you see what the mining sector, you have to investigate. You know what I mean? Then you go there, with the money, they will monitor you, evaluate and monitor you till you finish the story and count them every syndicator. So very soon it will kick off, hopefully by early next year. So we get us basic, but man on politics.
How much is
politics?
How much has been given so far?
$100,000. The government will give counterpart funding because they say anybody will give funding, then they match up. The government give 100,000, then they give 100,000 back. Any other institution will give money. If American embassy give money, then they match the money back. That's what they say. Okay. It's not the challenge there. So once we get that funding going, then we will begin to get a crop of journalism and networks and media houses there. We'll empower us.
But you also have to make sure you maintain your. As large. You have to ensure you maintain the independence of.
Not just large. We work with the Sludge and we get here today with the part of the board. Yes. Sludge and other media stakeholders, IMC, Media Reform Coordinating Group. And even the Ministry of Information, because it's a part of government. But now, especially what they want to try to see how government for support public interest media. Because the responsibility, like I talk, the government for know the importance of the media and support her. No, not just like.
When I feel say the media code of practice, I don't know whether when I feel say adequate. The reason why they ask this question, the thing really affect the media, it affects civil society as well. Yes. It's difficult for you get civil society. Like you get Salon man where they talk to me, no, me at the commercial side is small because we all the votes. As long as you all the votes, you must get service they sympathize. But we don't go on the go they talk say law can get healthy competition, healthy conversation. And like you did APC, you did SMD. But law really get conversation
yes, on the issues.
That intersection.
I don't know if the media code of practice, I don't know how adequate it is. Then kind high level of polarization organized country are for.
Well, what we get now, code of ethics for Sludge. IMC they get better code of practice, but they don't change them. Now I get regulations. IMC regulations for print electronics media. Many get now yes. Well, I'm not saying address it in there. Basically ethical things that they address. You know, anything they will for do. They got yes. But in terms of polarization, no address them. But if they give responsibility to journalists, as journalists, you get responsibility not only for reports and educate and inform the public, but also for support government's efforts for maintaining peace and stability. And all government to account. We have a responsibility just beyond informing and reporting. And support advocacy, women cause, the cause of children, the important national cause there. The media gets responsibility for supporting cause then as long as they're in the public interest. We get right for now we have responsibility and we duty then for supporting the causes.
So pushing back to the topic at hand, which is how the media ensures we hold government account for reduced wastages and leakages. I think to say always you don't talk so about funding independent public interest research. If that money is there, we can also have it applied to funding investigative undercover journalism. So not to just go apply at the money.
Even
that's
talking about investigative journalism.
Get somebody where
in-depth reporting.
Go inside the bank of Sierra Leone, go inside them commercial bank, go inside NRA.
Exactly.
Do undercover investigation because you give the person the funding, and then the people can come out. There is also the issue of credibility. Just make sure that whosoever the fund comes out with something that is so credible that it enhances the fact that because one thing you guys had, I think it was the iVerify or something like that, it got impugned, it got tampered with by some of the people. Again, as you can say, you can get a bigger picture what you plan. They got a small man on science today where in getting agenda. So it can twist and pull everything. So you have to make sure that the credibility of the entity, I don't know what's the name of the entity.
NAFPIN,
the credibility
of Fund for Public Interest
Media. That NAFPIN is not undermined by some small man where they go. So it's a beautiful idea. I mean, it can be used to really hold government account. Project today for talk, we will pull statistical data where we will show, say, this is the money that was spent on so and so frivolous wastage, and this is the money that was needed. Like I see the other day, there's a school in Kenema where somebody goes through with some kind of blackboard, some kind of funny wretched school. So now you can do comparison to say to improve the condition of this school, so and so that has been wasted could have improved the condition of this school. But to do that, you need funding from some source where get, unless like NAFPIN or. So if they come up with something like that, it has to be credible. There's a lot. Maybe to say there's a bright light at the end of the tunnel for this particular aspect of funding investigative.
If you make and advise it's a public so that we follow up.
So how about
look at last back? One important thing we have back. Remember, government put some money for onions. You know, they grow onions. About 2020 or 2021. But back. And they get a lot of this is about local Karina and Aikola, Moyamba and Falaba. For them grow onions so that you reduce the importation and also give women then opportunity for work and for employment for them. The money them puts you go surprised for them say they don't spend over 94% of that money they maybe do 10% of the work. You understand? Wastages. Jadi kita pick up yes. Memang macam kita pick up then talk about. Kita tak know how they don't pass now. We lack the capacity for sustain. For see and through say we finish this year. You know what I mean? And that's what we like to do again. Polarization, not the game. For example, first slide you go see we take this issue. You know what I mean? All the media on board, everybody on board. You know what I mean? All over to the media about. We tell them say okay, take this issue. This is one energy or this what they call. The all man come on board is okay. Low amplifier. Not for any political interest, but just have to have interest. You know what I mean?
So what's in? I mean, through you, of course. You are the president of SLAJ. If you know there again, it could be an indictment on your leadership. So it could be an indictment. So what can we do to bring that solidarity back on board? Because it's
because we don't divide it. We don't polarize. We don't polarize. When you want to take action for one thing, even you look at the press release, the press release when you attack one, when we put something on one issue, the government say, they attack a good one. No, why you do that? Why you do that one? You know what I mean? Because they get interest. You know what I mean? So they support you. They support you when you support their interest. You know when it's really cool, now in the interest they support you. So it's very
But different political interests not a problem. People don't get forget.
Yes, but they undermine you with the they get the interest. Say, okay, support the party, support the political party, support the candidate. But when it comes to the issues who they raise, you know what I mean? Make sure say you rally with we, you know, and defend them. You know what I mean? And they should say position is protected. But they go back, they go back, and they blast you back now. You that other groups say, it's not they. They defend we. They say, let them know. You know what I mean? They don't buy there. You know what I mean? You understand? Yes, it happened because of they don't protect their own interests. They protect their own jobs they wouldn't get.
So was Slack get anything binding on the Slack members? Like
the code of ethics, yes. The code of ethics.
They will not be able to take actions against.
No, we take action on politics.
No, not the politics. I mean,
yes, when you do something wrong, you know, we get this very committee. When you go against the code, then they're supposed to take action. Not action actually, and advise you or call you and talk to you first and tell you that's what you do next thing. If you don't take advice, they can recommend to you for suspend you and go to court.
For end democracy, we'll get. I think say the media therefore be more creative. Under resource democracy, more demand, and highly, you get international capital where they move. Because sometimes they will be more concerned about APC, SLDP in country, but even themselves, they are endangered by the foreign capital really coming. I don't know if Slack they think about, they discuss it with local councils and with the support councils and 6 of them. We say when I begin for invest, go into private business. We got some of them, they talk, say, I get for do this, I get for invest. Beyond just then, do no handouts. If you get 100,000, how do you maybe start by investing 10, 15,000? I can say to myself in IGR, if it costs you for law, they sell cookery, buy and sell cookery for voice, and that can protect the voice, we have to do it. So you might not answer this now, but we actually
we don't think about that. I was not can try for do some investment for sustain me said because if you not get money, we don't get money for you run the office. You know what I mean? We totally depend on we tell God thank you for the government will provide us as a pension. When I can go. In place of this now, you know what I mean? We not get funding, then there's no way the office operates because we're not volunteers. We got to say for good. We go pay for money for we say we don't come from a personal business. You know, take care of your family. So it's very difficult. That's what we don't think about. But you also get your own disadvantage. We don't have to be a profit-making entity. You know what I mean? That's what we set up for. We are purely public interest and a purely voluntary service like you do. You can go put money by investment and then you get profit. That fight we go for this side, we go for this side, we get power. We get the power, we can get access to that resources there. We want to avoid that. We don't try with printing press. We want for investing printing press, get the printing press and put up for the print media and so say they use them as cost recovery and also get access for import printing material.
I don't think so for cost recovery. Let be at market because if Slack wealthy, it will cover the media. Yes.
But also therefore if you get money, you cover the media. You don't how they cover the media. If you begin to run it, they give the media money. See,
no. Like what you don't talk about this public interest reporting. Let's say if nobody no fund, Slack can fund down.
Yeah, exactly. So when I go to the Knowledge Welfare Fund, that fund they will say they put out for buy treasury bearer bonds. So that they go accrue over time. And then it's a good day for welfare. But if you boku, then people put money there. You will pull there and put them, but they can't they say one for support there. Any good program is not just for it for funding for camp. For the national series there, national dialogue series, promote healthy debates, and people they can talk about.
So it's also interesting. We don't run out of time. We don't know. Take 1 minute and conclude. It's like conclude the reverse.
Well, the media don't do so much in terms of holding government to account for cut down wastages and what they call we don't cooperate. We don't work together with civil society. But there's so many things then, but there is still room for improvement. We need for work and we need for re-engineer the industry and we solidify, we essence felt and we importance felt, and we need for also the only way we'll be able to do that for continue for improve now for make sure we work with civil society, we'll get the resources for support the media for you for do they can work, the real public interest journalism we need for do we can work together. Media the CSO get the resources for do the research, they will get the facts and what they call they can share with me and work with you together and we amplify and we get very positive.
Okay, talk. What's going to be closing remarks?
To me, I think say the importance of protecting Sierra Leone citizens within the economic space can only be achieved when we get media competent enough, competent in terms of both financial capacity and integrity for hold the government to account. For as long as the government believes, say, they can get away with running the country as they want, spending it as drunken sailors, as if the money in them piggy banks. For as long as we get a government will not believe, say, it should be held accountable, and we get a media way too weak for able to hold the government accountable, with democracy and with people then will continue to suffer. But I believe, say, if we implement a lot of what we don't recommend also today, which is one, moving the advocacy from the traditional media alone into an additional media spaces, TikTok, Facebook, social media, into additional media space, that would greatly enhance holding the government accountable. Two, ensuring we get the government to realize, say, stop fighting the media. Allow the media to breathe. Allow the media to get space, because in that process, and that's the role besides Sludge get for take a lead role in getting the government for this space to the critical media voices. Me not say on professional journalism. If you are a professional journalist, that may be the last person to defend you. But when somebody is held, especially they can hold you without clear issues, you don't now say, no, this the government just wants to suppress and oppress. Sludge has a powerful voice for play in protecting the media so that we can hold the government accountable. And then lastly, I think civil society also has a role to play. And what is that role? You guys might underestimate the power that you have within that space that is between the donors who fund, who bring in a lot of this money, and the rest of mankind. You are in that space where the funds from the EU, the World Bank, the United Nations, the American government, they're coming down into that space. So you should be able to also work with the media to ensure you bring them on board that space. So it's not just because, for now it's mostly the civil society that gets access to these fundings, but you should be able to bring the media also into that space so that the media can help. Because at the end of the day, when the media holds the government accountable, the government becomes accountable, the people benefit.